The cost of hiring a virtual assistant, or what we like to refer to as a marketing virtual assistant, can range anywhere from $2 to $3 an hour, all the way to $80 to $100 an hour. Now, I know that is a huge spread, so in this video, we're going to talk about the 3 different factors that will determine what it will cost for you to hire a virtual assistant. So I'm Kirsten, and we help entrepreneurs learn how to leverage a virtual assistant and outsourcing, and I'm thrilled that you're here today. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified when we post a new video. So what factors go into determining the cost of virtual assistant? The first thing is location. Where does that person live? So if you're hiring someone in the US, the UK, Australia, or Canada, your fair market rate is probably going to range anywhere from $15 to $50 an hour, depending on what that virtual assistant is doing for you. If you're going to hire overseas, somewhere like Pakistan, India, or the Philippines, you're looking to pay $2 to $6 an hour, depending on what they're doing for you. Now, one of the questions that we're often asked is it ethical to do that? Is it ethical to hire people in different countries and pay them significantly less? So first of all, a great example is the Philippines, and the cost to live there is 80% less than what it costs to live in the US. So it would make sense that the income there is about 80% less than what the income is here. So that's one of the things to consider. We actually have a video, and we'll put it up here somewhere for you, which goes a little bit more in depth about is it ethical to hire, in the Philippines? And we go into a lot of detail in that video. So if that's something you're concerned about, please watch that video. So I have found, working with so many entrepreneurs over so many years, what happens is a lot of times our clients will hire a virtual assistant to help them with their marketing overseas. And that person helps them generate leads and obviously bring in more business, which allows them to grow their business, which means they often end up hiring in the US. And a great example of that is we were working with a professional organizer, and she was doing a great job with her marketing, and she got fairly busy. But what she realized is she was riding the income roller coaster, because when she was busy and she wasn't marketing, her leads slowed down. So then all of a sudden her projects finished up and she didn't have any new projects to start. So we helped her hire a marketing virtual assistant who worked for her part-time, which was about 20 hours a week, and she paid that person $200 a month, and that person helped her stay consistent with her marketing. So what happened was she got really busy to the point where she was able to hire another professional organizer and then another. So that's one of the great things that we love about outsourcing your marketing is once you get busier, you will be hiring additional people. Maybe you'll hire someone in your country to do your bookkeeping, or you'll hire someone to help you with other great services like Facebook ads or creating amazing funnels, things like that. Now, we have worked with, over the past 15 years, we've worked with people in the Philippines, in Egypt, in India, and in Pakistan, and in South America. So we have had a great variety of people working for us, and we actually worked with someone in Israel. So yeah, we've had a great experience working with people all around the globe. And what's so amazing is there's so many talented people around the world that can truly help you grow your business. And if you're looking at marketing, we highly recommend the Philippines because they speak English. They're really focused on learning skills like video editing, social media posting, and they're just fantastic people to work with. So that's who we primarily work with, although we have worked with people in a lot of different countries. We actually have another video that we did on hiring a VA from the Philippines for social media, and we will also link that video up here somewhere. If you've considered hiring a virtual assistant overseas, put yes in the comments. I'd love to find out who's really considering this. I can promise you it will be a game changer for you. Now, the second thing to consider is skill set. What are you hiring someone to do? So if you're hiring someone with a very specific skill set, they're generally going to cost more money because they're just providing that one service. So a great example of that is someone who's very skilled with a particular software. That person will definitely charge more money. Or someone who's really great with Facebook ads. That's another person you'll end up paying, a higher dollar amount when you're hiring someone. The country will still play a role. So if you wanted to hire someone, say, from the Philippines to help you with your Facebook ads, that's going to cost significantly less than what it would cost to hire someone here in the US. And what we found is that can range anywhere from $8 to $15 an hour. Sometimes they'll do project-based, which we'll talk more about in just a little while. So what do you want your virtual assistant to do? We have our virtual assistants do things like video editing, social media posting, repurposing content, email marketing, and things like that. So that skill set, although it's very important, is not a high-paying skill set for the most part, unless that person is acting as an independent contractor. And again, we'll get to that in just a second. So if you're going to hire someone with a very specific skill set, you're definitely going to pay more. We know that working with someone, say in Israel or the US or Canada, if you're looking at someone who's great with Facebook ads, you're probably looking at $80 an hour, to give you an idea. Or if you're working with someone in the US to help you with funnels, again, you're probably looking at $30, $40 an hour, depending on what software they use and how skilled they are with copywriting and layout and design. So when you're looking at hiring for different skill sets, realize that it's going to cost a different price based on how technical that skill is. One of the big mistakes that we see people make is they try to hire a virtual assistant who can do everything. And that's just not realistic. It's not fair to you, the business owner, and it's definitely not fair to the virtual assistant. So for us, if we're looking for someone who's going to take care of, again, like our marketing, we're hiring someone with a very specific skill set who's going to do consistent tasks for us week after week. If we're going to hire someone to help us create a landing page, or if we're hiring someone who's going to design and build out an elaborate funnel for us, a multi-page funnel, we're going to hire someone who is fantastic at doing that in the software that we use. So when you think about what you want to hire for, make a list and make sure that you're not having unrealistic expectations and trying to hire one person who can do everything. In fact, in the description below, I'll link to a guide called How to Double Your Income with a Marketing Virtual Assistant. That'll give you a lot of great resources and a lot more information on this topic. The next thing you want to consider is, are you hiring someone as a freelancer? Are you hiring someone part-time or full-time? Again, this is going to play a huge role in what you're paying someone. So we generally have our clients hire someone who is either 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, or 40 hours a week, who works consistently for them. And the reason for that is, one, it's more affordable. The virtual assistant has a steady income, and you have someone who, once they're well trained and they understand, what you like and dislike as far as your marketing goes, they can create amazing content consistently. Now, if you're hiring someone for a specific skill set, let's say building a funnel for you, that is a project. So in that case, you're looking for a freelancer. And obviously, someone who's freelancing is going to charge more because they don't have the steady work. They don't have a consistent paycheck. And they actually act more as the business owner than a virtual assistant who works for you. And they will often manage the workflow. So for example, if you've hired someone, a freelancer, to design a funnel for you, they'll often say, okay, this is what I need. This is the copy that needs to be written. Please answer these questions for me. Here's the deadline that I need to get this by in order to create this funnel by this time. So in other words, a freelancer will often take control of the project and kind of guide you through it. Where if you're hiring a virtual assistant part-time, 30, 40 hours a week full-time, you are more the boss. So in other words, you're guiding their day-to-day work, they're checking in with you, you're reviewing what they're doing, you're basically, you're the boss and they're the employee, so to speak. It's going to cost less if you're the person kind of managing everything opposed to having someone else manage the project. Now, which should you hire, full-time, part-time, or a freelancer? The answer is yes. Yes to all three. And let me explain. So in a lot of cases, it's far better to hire a freelance. If it's a project work, it's something you need done one time, you definitely want to hire a freelancer. So that would be the simple answer to that. You can find great people on Fiverr. Just make sure you're very clear about what you want and you do a really good interviewing process to make sure they have the skills to do what you need to have done. Now, if you can hire someone part-time again or full-time, this is someone who's going to consistently do tasks for you week after week after week. And that ideally is the best thing for a business owner to have. So a lot of times our clients will start off with someone part-time, working 20 hours a week, and then eventually they'll go up to 30 hours or even 40 hours a week. And if that's what you want to do, make sure you have that conversation in the interviewing process, because someone who's working for you 20 hours a week very well could have a full-time job, so they may not ever want to go full-time or be able to go full-time, and that's fine. You could actually hire 2 virtual assistants to work 20 hours a week for you. We have multiple virtual assistants working for us, some part-time and some full-time, and of course we do work with freelancers, and so do most of our clients. I hope you found this video helpful, and again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do, And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up so we'll know to create more videos like this. And I hope to see you in the next video.